Hey guys, so for today's tutorial we're going to be doing the Grinch. I missed special effects makeup tutorial, so I really wanted to get into one for Christmas, and this seemed like the perfect one. So I'm starting out with a reference picture just because we're going to definitely need one. And then these are the eyebrows I made out of cotton swabs, cotton balls, and liquid latex. The main portion of this tutorial is going to be done with liquid latex and cotton balls, so we're just going to put a bunch of liquid latex down. And then here are our cotton balls. Just roll one out and then start covering your face with it. I did forget to take my piercings out, so I just wanted to do that real quick because for this look you definitely don't want to have many piercings around your nose. Then I started sizing it out to actually make sure however much I was going to rip off from each cotton ball would actually fit into the place that I wanted it to fit. Then I took a disposable sponge and dipped in liquid latex and just started on it. Any picture, or if you watch the actual movie itself, you see that the Grinch actually kind of has a who knows, like size-wise, so I wanted to incorporate that definitely into this look, and I wanted to incorporate my actual nose into this look, because a lot of SFX makeup tutorials that I've seen covering the Grinch, they all have just like an actual prosthetic that they put on themselves, or they use nose and scar wax to actually make the entire prosthetic on their face, but I wanted to do this with liquid latex and the cotton balls so that it's a little bit easier for you guys to do if you want to recreate it. With most of the ripples on his face, or I guess they would be considered smile lines, even though he doesn't smile all too much. I did make them just by taking a cotton ball, rolling it out, and then basically breaking it off about halfway down, and then once I've broken that off or torn it off, I just rip it down like hot dog style. And it basically gives me the perfect size for each of these. And then once I've done that, I just roll it between my hands until it's a generally like good shape, like you guys see me using right now. And I just put a couple down. I think I put 3 or 4 on each side, and I just put those down with liquid latex as the adhesive and put liquid latex on top of them just to set them. You'll be seeing me a lot in this tutorial actually just touching my fingers to the latex themselves, because I find that if you put a little bit of liquid latex on your fingers and then you like push the ends of the actual prosthetic, it definitely helps blend it in easier to your skin, which makes it more of a seamless finish. Then I just took my fingers and put them in between the smile lines or the wrinkles in his face, and I just pulled them apart a little bit just to create more dimension in the face itself. With looks like these, you definitely have to be careful around your eyes, especially if the liquid latex that you're using has a strong ammonia smell to it. Just make sure you don't go too close to your eyes. And then next I'm going to be putting some liquid latex down just above my eyebrows. Make sure you do not get this in your eyebrows. I did block mine out with glue at the beginning, but make sure that you don't get any in, otherwise you may have a little waxing job on your eyebrows when you take everything off. Then decided that I want to take my Grinch look up a notch, and I decided to add a little bit of a chin to him. I basically just took those cotton rounds like I did before, and I just kept putting them on my face and on my face. Make sure you let them dry a little bit between layers, otherwise they're going to take an awful long time to dry at the very end. I definitely built this up a bit. I think I put about 6 or 7 layers of cotton balls on there. Then coming in with my Ben & I cream paint in the color Kelly Green, I ended up actually mixing this in with a little bit of the Clown White Light by Mehron. I did use a little bit too much, so I ended up having to go back in, and I used this little beauty blender from Sally Beauty Supply, which I thought was super cute, but to be honest, it didn't end up working out too well for me. It didn't absorb anything, and it didn't really take it off of my hand, which I was using as my palette, so I don't recommend getting this one from Sally Beauty, even though it is super cute. As you can see here, it's just none of the product is actually going on the prosthetic itself or my skin. So I just started out with my usual beauty blender and I continued with that. This is coming off a little bit more blue as I'm watching this through. That kind of rhymed. But it's definitely more of a greeny color. I did put too much white in, as I've said before, but I did really like the color it actually turned out at the end after I added a little bit more of the Kelly Green to the overall look. And that's when I dropped my beauty blender on the ground, which I was super not happy about. I then came in with my water activated paints, Waterworks by Mehron, and I just used the darker green color, and I used a little bit of water just to make it a little bit creamier, obviously. And I just used that to outline all of the wrinkles in his face, or these smile lines. First I was using just a regular paintbrush, and then I came in a little bit later on with an actual detailing brush, just to get more of the crevices defined. And then because I couldn't get the wrinkles on my head, I actually ended up just going in with the same green and just making them myself. I know they look a little bit crappier, but you know, what can you do? Use what you got. I then came in with the paintbrush that I used previously. I just painted my eyebrows. I never thought I'd say that. I then came in with some eyelashes by Ardell. These are the individuals, but they are in a trio, so it's going to be 3 at once. And I just put them on the ends of the eyes because the Grinch really has some nice eyelashes, but it's only going to be on the end. And I came back in with my Waterworks palette, and I used the black to make the actual nose itself, which is really like a puppy dog nose.
It's actually kind of terrifying.